8-8 style. I'm all for Muth, but I'm not breaking the bank for him off of what he's done. I'm waiting after this year to see if he can stay healthy, plus see what 80 can do this year.
Ooh. What's your level of optimism on Darnell Washington?
I don't really have a strong opinion on him for this year either way. Yeah, it just depends on how much he's going to be out on the field, one, and then how much the ball will be thrown to him, because he was a non-factor last year in general, really. I mean, I know his blocking was helpful for the most part, but what were his yards? He probably had less than 50 yards on the year. How many even catches did he have? Was it 2 or 3?
Yeah, I think he ended. It was like 7 for like 61.
So it's just wait and see for me and how Arthur Smith utilizes him, because he brought in some of his own guys.
Yeah,
so
Michael
like that's
Pruitt,
going to be competition for Darnell right there off the bat.
Yeah,
Michael Pruitt was getting 30% of the snaps,
scoring
back
touchdowns,
at Tennessee.
getting reps. Yeah,
I mean,
even in Atlanta,
that's a niche you think Darnell's supposed to have for this year. Like, at least you get out there like 30-40% of the time. But if we're saying that Michael Pruitt was already doing that with Arthur Smith and the familiarity's already there, it's like, all right, 2 dogs, 1 bone. Essentially, that's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And wasn't there another tight end we brought in too? Like just recently.
Yeah, hold on, I got you.
Pruitt was a month ago. We brought in another dude. I don't remember his name. It was almost like the Graylin Arnold signing. It just
no respect, because they ain't even got it updated up here. I was trying to see the name.
Anyone in the chat now?
Pull them up.
Someone's got to. Yeah, the chat doesn't even know it. So
yeah, he might not be here anymore, because right now I'm looking on ESPN. They got Rodney Williams as the final dude. Rodney Williams, Darnell Washington, Michael Pruitt, Connor Hayward, and Pat Freiermuth.
I'll find it, but
unless they got him listed as a fullback. Let me see.
Fullback. They might. Yeah, they might.
But no, that's the Jack Coletto dude out of Oregon State. That's not him.
But either way, it's just going to come down to how much he's on the field, how highly Arthur Smith thinks of him.
Yeah.
Because we were amped when we drafted him. We thought he was going to be doing something in his rookie year, and obviously that just didn't come to fruition.
Israel Gatherings was the dude, but they released him yesterday when they signed Sutton. That's what it was. Yeah, they just said it in the chat. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Noriega Pete Rooney. Shout out to Skeeter Jones. Shout out to Derek Clark. Shout out to Skirt. Gonna be low with you.
Isaiah Gathings. Yeah,
Gathings.
That's what it is.
I butchered the last name. My bad, bro. Just let me vibe.
No. I think the chat said Gatherings. They did.
Gatherings, my bad.
No. They botched his whole name up. They said Israel Gathering.
Okay.
His name's Isaiah Gathings.
All right, salute. I was like, yep, that's the name. That is. I knew it flowed. It flowed right. I knew it was an I and a G. It did. It flowed right. Shout out. But yeah, he up out of here, man.
So he's not here anymore.
Yep, out of here. Salute him, though. Just hopefully he took his stuff with him, man. Take as many team shorts, team shirts. Yeah, get all that stuff, man. Get all your little picks while you're in the locker room, man.
I think on paper, Darnell makes the most sense to be tight end too.
Yeah.
Makes the most sense, absolutely. But we'll see. Like that's really it, because last year I thought he was going to do a lot more and be a lot better than what he was, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah. My hope is that, and we said this when we signed Michael Pruitt, that he will make Darnell Washington feel that competition, feel that, hey, man, it's a little bit hot in here, this room a little bit crowded, and make him have to play with more urgency, because that's the part I want to see. Michael Pruitt, he wins a lot more because of just how hard he plays at times. Connor Hayward, because of how hard he plays at times. Muth, we know he's just gifted in a different way than those other guys, but it's like Darnell has a lot of similar traits that he is gifted in, but it's like I just think he just has to play with more urgency, because I don't want to just say harder, because then it sounds like, oh, he's just slack and he's like lazy, and it's not the case. But there's a difference between you going to this outside linebacker and blocking him, and you're approaching him trying to be, I'm here and I'm just getting in position, and yeah, I'm checking the box off, my head's on the right side, everything's good, versus, bro, I'm trying to kill this man, let me fire off this ball and I'm trying to take his face off. That's the thing that I think if he can just do that more consistently, I think we will see a lot more of the production in all phases of his game. But that's the thing that, and it happens with young dudes. So I just think that. But Michael Pruitt, if he doesn't, Michael Pruitt does play with the urgency. He does do all those little things right. And even though I think Darnell has way more upside, I could definitely see a Michael Pruitt making it hard for Darnell Washington to get opportunities out there. And that's the part where when we talk about the competition, the same way we talk Scotty Miller, and it's like, yo, I want to see Roman Wilson beat out that. I think he can, but don't sleep on Scotty. I look at this almost in the same vein. It's like, man, I think Darnell has way more upside. I would love for it to be Darnell.
Yeah.
But do not sleep on Michael Pruitt, because Michael Pruitt is definitely good enough. He's already proven that he could play in this league, and he's done it in multiple spots already. That's the thing for Darnell, that he has to show that he can play with that type of just floor to start it off before we can see, what else he can grow into.
I think he would be the perfect tight end too, the perfect complement to Muth. And we were saying that all last year, even after we drafted him. But now going into his second year, I think he'd even be more perfect.
Yeah.
Being the complement of the tight end too to Muth in this Arthur Smith system and with Russ. Like, you see some of his highlights and what he was doing in Georgia, like it would be Bennett. Was it Bennett at the? I can't remember the quarterback, but he'd be rolling off a play action, and Darnell would just be crossing over the middle of the field, or he'd be out on a flat after play action, and Bennett would just dump it off to him, and Darnell would jump over someone, or
busy.
Yeah, he would be pretty good with the ball in space. So
yeah,
I feel like he'd be perfect. Like let's make it happen. I hope it happens. It's just gonna be dependent on how it works out in training camp, and again how Arthur Smith views Darnell Washington working, and all that stuff, all stuff that I don't. It could be out of just Darnell's control, even in a way. Like, it's still in his control. Like, you got to go out there and ball up. But if it's like Smith's more comfortable with Pruitt, and we're getting to week one, then I think naturally Pruitt's going to be out on the field a little bit more, and you're not going to be able to
and that's that first
showcase
month,
your
though.
skill.
That's definitely that first month we're saying, though. So that could be real as well. Yeah.
That's unless Darnell just absolutely balls out in training camp and does some amazing things in preseason. But familiarity does count for something, good or bad, one way or another. But I hope it is Darnell. I really do.